Good morning. So I am headed to my group pack walk that I do for my clients. Just a free drop-in thing my clients can come to a couple times a month to supplement the one-on-one training. It's a really good way to get clients together to work side by side to practice what we do. Also, a lot of my clients' dogs struggle socially with other dogs, and a lot of times when you get dogs around each other in a structured way, it's a great first step to having them learn how to be around another dog or even person or environment without that reaction, and learning that by not doing that they're still going to be okay and they can be conscious enough to learn from the experience and overcome the issue. I've got my dog back there, Sue. He's always going to be my helper. It's good for him, right? He could use more practice around dogs, and it's another dog to help client dogs, and my dog likes doing things with me, so if he's alongside me helping me do my job, he feels like he's got a purpose. So that's why I integrate training into your side-by-side relationship while you're living with your dog. And that's something I'm going to talk about today. I always do, but I'm going to really just kind of give a mini clinic about it, about how if you can just master 4 basic commands with your dog, right, and apply them where they're needed consistently. Number one, you're going to teach your dog life skills of how to act, because commands are supposed to create a state of mind and physical, a physical state where they're calm, focused, not reacting, ignoring whatever, and respond. In contrast to where a lot of dogs are overreacting or underreacting to things, and that's causing problem behaviors. So we're going to talk about the commands. First of all, you want to have your sit, right? Pretty easy. That's the easiest command to teach, I think. You got to teach sit with purpose, with duration, with an implication that once they do it, they stay until you say otherwise. Not sit, grab the treat, and go, because then there's no practical value or ability to apply it in real life. So sit. You want it down to segue from that, so your dog can remain in a location calmly where you tell them to stay comfortably. So you want to do that. Then you want to integrate that into place, but to me, place is just a spot to do these commands. So yes, it is a command to go to a place, but there's a means to it. Once they get to the place, they have to lay down, they have to hold their attention. So you have that. So you have sit, you have down, you have heel, which is to walk at your side, which is going to just blanket cover all of your walking issues. If your dog's focusing with you or behind you while walking instead of ahead of you, you're going to have a lot less potential for pulling, reactivity, impulse control problems when they get near distractions, new environments. And then of course come a recall, which is going to take some practice, because you have to build up the duration, the distance, the ability to listen with distractions. If your dog's going to hear a command from 50 feet away, respond to it and stay on it until they come to you, right, and follow through. So these are all things that you should really, if you have a puppy, master that while they're young and most impressionable. And if you have a dog that either has behavior issues or not able to listen or walk properly in the real life, or is too hypervigilant and overreactive in the home, doing these commands almost as their job and how they feel they have that purpose, and a way to just condition them to making calmer, more conscious, well-led choices. That's it. I mean, that is dog training. If you're going to, I'm not all about the fancy stuff, the heel work and the agility and all that. That's the protection work. I mean, I understand it, but that's not what people need help with when they call me. I'm yet to see people requesting that. It's always a puppy that needs training, and in most cases, it's more than that. It's adult dogs that have issues that maybe didn't learn the right life skills as puppies. So, that's really, if you're someone listening, or you're another trainer who's not sure, you're newer at this, or you're not having success, I mean, just focus on these, and not like cute little tricks. We're not doing games here. This isn't romper room training. This is real life. So if your dog learns to do these commands, like, no, my life depends on doing it, because I've been taught how that these are consistently delivered, rewarded, and corrected for not complying, and integrated into everyday life, so they have such a value and familiarity that there's no reason why I wouldn't want to do it when we're in real life. And then if I do it enough, that skill of how the commands taught the dog how to respond to whatever it was you were sharing with them in an experience, they just have that skill. You don't even have to command them. I tell clients, if you heel enough while walking, they're just going to walk with you. And then a heel is just a nice tool if you want them really to hold your side, and then it can look fancy, or you just want them close for whatever reasons. But you got to almost exclusively do these things and then phase into some kind of freedom, if you want to call it, so the dog can buffer their own impulses and reactions to life. So I don't know. I don't think I can articulate it any better than that. I mean, to show it, yes, there's some demonstrations you'd want to see as a visual, but that's what I do in my sessions. But really, if you can understand the philosophy of why these commands are so important as a means to your dog listening to you, or to resolve the issues you're having, or to get a type of relationship with a dog wouldn't have these issues to begin with for what their needs require. But you really got to do it in a consistent, serious way, because when dogs get reactive and distracted by life, it's to them real. There's nothing more real unless you were in such a high intense situation where your next meal or paycheck or even life depended on it. I don't think many people could really relate to that, and that's why I sort of have an air of intensity while I'm doing my job around dogs, a controlled intensity, but very focused and very intended. Very intended. Like, we're not, oh no, your dog sits here, not 2 inches to the left. Why? Because you're going to confuse your dog. Their black and white mind is not going to understand. We'll get into that. Gosh, I'm going off the rails. But it is really important to use these commands. And there's just the 4 basics: sit, down, heel, come, and then a place to do it around the house. You're great. Just got to put the time in for that.